Alright everybody, I can't be a bandit because I've already made my character I'm military, but I'm going to have to give myself some good starting equipment. We're going to shoot up the bandit base. So yeah, I'll just set the character up. So let's have some 549 full metal jacket. AKS 74, we'll have that. I'll give myself the actual military body armour rather than the stuff you start off with. I don't know which one, that's the NPCs, isn't it? That's my outfits. Military outfit, and we'll have the advanced helmet. Tactic is that one, isn't it? Yeah, I won't be using a shotgun to begin with. This is the debug menu. I've done a tutorial video on how to get this, but it's basically like using a console. Okay, let's just give ourselves some actual medikits and things. Right, okay, cool. So we've got a set up character now. Just put the proper armour on. So it looks like I've got a Makarov or something. Yeah, Makarov as my sidearm. AK-74 with a folding stock as my primary. So let's go kill some bandits. Yeah, if I get a TOS 34, I'll probably get it repaired. Alright, let's explore as a team. I'll get these guys following me. And I'll sell them my useless jacket. I guess that's mutants down there. Yeah, the shotguns are really good against mutants. I've complained about the shotguns on Stalker before because for some reason if you hip fire them, the spread is wider than if you aim down the sights. Which is kind of a bit annoying, but I suppose it's a gameplay mechanic. Can't see much yet. Yeah, alright everybody just joining. I'm just going to do another Call of Chernobyl stream as usual. Oh, is that a bandit standing there? Yeah, it is. Oh yeah, this is a new save on it, it's not the old one. What? Where did that bandit come from then? Right, let's load the save. I'll just open my beer. Yeah, you get the like Sabo rounds as well, don't you? But they're quite rare. Yeah, I don't know if that was done by the actual spawn radius or if it was just like one looping round from really far away. If it happens again, I'll increase the spawn radius size, but we'll see what happens. It's a kind of weird thing, it's almost like an actual stash. But I think it was that guy, but he's dead now. Oh, we could take the Sawn off for a laugh. Sawn off for a laugh. Oh. That was lucky. If he sticks his head out again. Yeah, let's change the pistol to the shotgun, although I've not got much ammo for it and it's in bad condition. Oh. I wasn't expecting the iron sight to zoom in as much as that. Right. Don't know where the rest of my squad's gone off to. Yeah, somebody on the Discord thing on my Patreon handed out the Discord codes to absolutely loads of people, so they've been banned, and everybody who joined the server with the invite code's been banned. So yeah, I've changed the rules now on my Discord, unfortunately. I've had to make it much more restricted, because obviously some people will abuse stuff like that. So now on the Discord, basically, when you join it, when you support me on Patreon, you have to PM me for a Discord link. You'll get your own unique link to Discord, and then nobody has any permissions on the server anymore, pretty much. Right, anyway, I was going to change the exclusion radius, wasn't I? So I want online exclusion radius, so let's set that to 50. Do you know what his thing is? Well, as he supports me on Patreon, he'll be able to contact me on Patreon, and then I can talk to him about it, but I haven't had any messages to say anybody else has supported me, and the only people I banned was the people who handed out the invite, because I can check that on the admin menu, and people provided screenshots, and obviously people who joined the instant the invite codes were handed out. You mean with the PBF ones? In theory, I guess you could do that, but you'd have a hollow bit in the cheeks that would still kind of be wobbly and everything. I can't work out that. Never mind, he's been shot. Yeah, it's like one of those things in theory you could do, but I don't think the structure of the mask would support it very well. Right, I'm guessing that side door might not be the best way to go in, so you might as well try the front door again. Nobody down here at the moment. Now, because my indicator says 20 odd stuff in there, there's going to be a lot of shooting. And as I always say in these, this isn't a Q&A stream primarily. Because I'm playing a game, I'm obviously not able to keep constantly checking the chat, so I wouldn't advise really asking questions on this, because I'm not likely to see them. But yeah, like I said, if somebody has got a Patreon Discord problem, get them to PM me on actual Discord, because that's where they're paying me the money, so I can then check everything out that way. But as far as I'm aware today, people have only been banned who either joined with a free invite code, or people that, you know, like, was actually handing it out, and I have evidence of who handed it out, so they're permanently banned. Oh, there's the proper toss. Oh, somebody's still in here. Oh. Right, let's just abuse the quick save button in a second. Yeah, there we go. Alright, I definitely need some more buckshot for this. It's not too bad today. It was quite warm earlier, but it's only about 24, 25 degrees at the moment. So it's not too bad at all. Oh. See, this is what happens when I go to read the chat. This is why I shouldn't try and answer people's questions when trying to stream. And people saying about, yeah, shooting. If you're in the States and can actually do proper shooting, that'd be very interesting to test how well you can get a sight picture and lots of masks. That's not something I can really do other than with an air rifle and some deactivated guns. Oh, damn it. Yeah, I knew you were coming that time. Although Stalker's a bit weird, where if you load a save, enemies might suddenly decide to go somewhere else. Right, can I loot the bodies in peace now? Oh, it's past 12, I'll take that. I'll take these. I played a bit of Doom 2016, but I didn't really get into it, but I should try and play it properly, seeing as I bought it. But I couldn't work out if it played better with a keyboard or a mouse and a controller, and I think that annoyed me, that I couldn't, you know, get the sort of presets how I wanted them. Oh, damn it. I really wish my squad would actually follow me into the building and provide, you know, cover, rather than... What's on the Section 5 license then? Isn't that what they keep pepper spray on the Section 5? The blue arrows. Do you mean the bit that's going up? I think that's noise. Yeah, that's noise. So when I make noise, that goes up. Because enemies actually sort of hear you in Stalker. I thought Section 1 firearms covered everything. But like I said, I've not read too much into the law because I won't be getting a firearm through the law. Oh, they're the level things. So you mean like the markers on the map? Yeah, so you mean those. It's level loading screens when you load from one map to another. I looked up from the chat just in time then because I was reading the chat as I keep saying I shouldn't do too often. Yeah, I do love the shotguns in this. Oh, I have ordered a new gas mask today, so when that comes I'll do a video on it. It's a weird Chinese one that looks kind of like a copy of the Russian PPM-88 or the GP9. But obviously not quite exactly the same, so that'll be interesting when that comes. Right, looks like we've got them moving into the building. I think they can actually come from two ways here. I think there's a staircase on the outside of the building as well, isn't there? Oh, yeah, there's one trying to flank from over that. Yeah, cool. Do you like the opener? I'm down to 20 rounds in this now, so I better start looting some of these bodies, but sounds like there's a few guys down here somewhere. Ah, that was lucky. Oh, wasn't that like the Bandit boss? That guy I just shot. Oh well, he's dead. Right. Give me that. Right, let's save scum again. Move up. Oh, that's a nice rifle, I'll take it. Right, can I drag this body in? What's the button to drag the bodies? Shift F. But it's just not. Oh, maybe it's because you can't do it while crouched. Right, let's fall back from that window a second. I've only got 3 rounds for this, but make them count. Anybody there? Yeah, I'll drop this now I've had my shots of it. Your reputation has worsened for shooting somebody who was hostile to me, okay? My reputation is bad. Oh no. Maybe if I reach 100k, yeah, but not for something like 25, 30k, something like that. And people in the chat, can you not argue with each other, please? I don't want to have to start blocking people because everybody wants to start an argument. Just agree to disagree on whatever you're arguing about. Played Prototype years ago, never properly played it. I played Infamous as well. I quite liked Infamous, but I only think I played through that once or twice. Have some bread. Why is it not letting me loot this guy? There we go. Well, that's a nice shotgun, but I'm just going to keep the TOS. How did I miss him with that? Oh. Is this one of those bulletproof doors or something? Oh no. Oh, a moss in the guns. I will have that. I want buckshots and buckshot and it's not slugs. Oh, your weapon's jammed. Oh. Maybe I do entire stream with fake Russian accent at some point, but I won't do that today. This is Arsenal Overhaul. It's the one that's basically just on the Call of Chernobyl page on ModDB. Let's see if the game won't throw a fit at me this time for shooting a random bandit who was shooting at me. I'll take this in again. Hello. See, why does my reputation worsen when I shoot that guy? He's a red dot on the map. He's a bandit, isn't he? Let's have a look. Yeah, enemy. And he's not a unique NPC, is he? So why does my reputation worsen for shooting that random bandit? Makes no sense. Now there's random music playing. Pretty sure I have radio off, don't I? Any options? Was that in game? No, radio music was on. Let's turn that off in case copyright claim. There we go. I liked Hearts of Iron 3 the most out of all the Hearts of Iron games I've played, but I haven't played anything like that in a while. Speaking of the Lewis gun, have you read that thing where they ran several million rounds of ammunition through a Lewis gun after World War II to use up the ammo supply and see how long it would work, and in the end they just gave up because they were bored of how much they'd shot it, you know, and it kept firing, being properly water-cooled. So I think it ended up being something like 1 million or 2 million rounds. I can't remember if they replaced barrels or not, if they were just simply shooting it just to keep it shooting. But basically everybody involved got bored because they didn't they couldn't even run their ammo down with it. No, there is no hard base here. Right, let's save scum again and then move in. Ooh, somebody's coming. Hello, person speaking in Cyrillic, I have no idea what you're saying. Do you mean it's stovepiped? Right, I don't know if anybody's actually even left here now. Anything worth looting in here? Nope. Oh look, the FOV is set too wide for the Nagan. If I'm going to use the Nagan, I shall do it out of the scope. Let's see. I wish I could have a bayonet on this. Be like playing Red Orchestra. Oh look, there's a bandit still alive we need to hunt down because he's talking. I wonder if I can get into that armory in this. I don't know if I've ever tried that. Is that on the basement floor? Why has my reputation worsened for shooting a bandit every time? Enemy Enemy. Oh look, here we go. Loads and loads of vodka. AKs. Energy drink. Oh look, lots of shotgun ammo, that's what I want. I need a mechanic really for this. My Volks gas masks I just got off eBay, same place I get nearly all my masks. Yeah, somebody must have followed government rules if it was in the bin. Don't be a hater, bin that respirator. Well, this is the thing, right? Oh, look, even more vodka. With the Discord channel, I don't want a Discord channel for people to argue on, right? If they want to argue with each other, they can do it via PMs. So, like I said, I know that was like more of a raid earlier, but with the Discord thing, I am just going to start banning people if they can't stop arguing with each other on there, because that's not why you should be on that Discord channel, to find people to argue with. Which one's the VM42? I know what the VM44 is. It's like that really crap one that they made as a desperate last ditch respirator. I haven't ever seen a VM42 before. To be honest now, I think I'm going to make a video on reasons why you should bin a respirator. Deadly assault respirators. Did everyone see Weapon Collector's really good video from the other day about upcoming things that need to be banned in the UK? That video cracks me up. I did a kind of funny response to that today. Not as good as his, but... No, I don't collect any army medals. I've got one weird Russian dog tag and that's it, which I don't know if I've ever shown on a video before. Do you mean S6s? Yeah, I've seen threads for them. Shame I don't have the underbarrel grenade launcher for this. Let's just chuck a grenade at that bush. Oh, look. Your reputation has worsened again for killing people who are shooting at you. Something's really broken in this game. I don't know, I quite like this optic. Yeah, they're called German sites, and they have the posts like that as far as I'm aware. That's sort of the muffled cheeky breaky, isn't it? You can't really do it without just lowering the volume. Oh, I see your legs. Are they actually in this room? Ah, they're on the balcony, so I don't think the grenade would work, chucking it into the middle of the room. Because politicians can pretend they're actually doing something about crime, not by fighting crime, but by banning things. Have you seen the Ali G video on knives? If you haven't, somebody posted this in Weapon Collector's stream the other day and it really made me laugh when I watched it. Type in Ali G banned weapons or something like that and you'll find it. Don't get caught, bin that fort. Again, your reputation has worsened for killing bandits. What the hell is going on? What's my reputation? Terrible. I am Ivan the Terrible. Is my name actually Ivan? No, it's Lysinchansky. Alright, Mike, yeah. Yeah, so you said you saw that Ali G one. I was actually properly laughing when I watched that. Oh, crap. Oh, that was surprisingly not as bad as I was expecting. So is everybody going to try and shoot me on sight now because I have such an awful reputation? Because apparently my reputation is just bad for no reason. I'm from the sort of South Midlands, really. Don't think I've seen the Void, I'll have to have a look at that. I think all of Britain's the poor part now, mate. Yeah, I'm running quite a few mods. Mostly Arsenal Overhaul, a damage increasing one that lets me loot bodies. Right, let's quick save while there's only like one guy left to kill. And I'm being slowly irradiated, so there we go, drink some vodka. Eat some sausages. I didn't know that cured vodka instantly if you ate a load of food. That's useful to know. I don't think I have Dr. X's quest lines installed, mate. I do have the faction relations one installed. I'm using the default HUD as well. I haven't got a HUD mod installed. You have to check out The Void. Have you seen From Beyond and Reanimator? They're both good. I don't know if it's the same guy who did those, does it? It sounds a bit like the title to those. Right, where's that last guy hiding then? I did a video today, Mike, that's going to go up in about a week that was inspired by your one, but I'm going to do another one about reasons why we should ban gas masks. So I have to do that one as well. Where's that last guy hiding? This is irritating. Oh, apparently everybody has awful reputations now by the look of it. Is this mod broken or something, and then as soon as you shoot anybody you get a bad reputation even if they shot at you first? Maybe that's it. I might just leave the Bandit place and if I can't find anybody else to shoot. What's the relations like with the other factions at the moment? So, friend of duty, friend of ecologist, friend of military, but enemy of everybody else, including loners. Okay. Oh, missed that. How does this go? Right, I'll go for a walk then. Yeah, I can run over to those military guys and sell them all this junk I've got. Yeah, that's the thing, is like, in these chats and that, I don't want people arguing with each other. I know I can't magically stop people fighting, but it's just kind of like, I'd hope you're here because you like the videos I do, rather than, you know, I'm here because I want to insult other people in the chat. Hey look, I'm teamed up with Tutti. Right, buy that Nagant from me. Sadly nobody to repair the shotgun at the moment. Actually, I'll tell you what, I'll just cheat a bit and give myself a brand new TOS just because I want to use a TOS. It's not like it's even a high-end bit of gear anyway. You might as well have the pistol and all the ammo for it. Cut down the weight a bit. Because YouTube screws everything up, mate. That's why you don't get notifications. Loads of channels have problems where they will just randomly not get notifications for stuff anymore. Just bookmark my channel if you want to see stuff. It's probably the easiest way to go. Right, which version of the TOS 34 do I want? Let's spawn all of them and then I'll choose one. Right, so there's shorn off. I keep wanting to call him shorn off. Let's have a short one, and let's just look at the difference between the two short ones. Is it just simply that one's in like better condition than the other one? Is that going to be it? Alright, so that's that one. Yeah, I have the nice condition one. Yeah, it's like I really don't trust YouTube. Put duct tape on your mask, mate, and see if that works. Alright, let's go for a walk then. Alright, let's go to Garbage and Agra Prom, I guess. Is there any interesting routes from Truck Cemetery? No. I better not go in Truck Cemetery either, because I can't remember if I've set the game up so it doesn't crash when you go into there, so I don't want the stream to randomly just crash. Yeah, I know Metro. I'm not a massive fan of them, though. I don't think they're bad games at all, because people seem to think I hate Metro. It's just I'm not into the games where there's constant cutscenes and sort of, you know, stuff like that. Oh no. If you're trying to convince people to buy a GP5, you have to show them the GP5 advert. Go and buy of GP5, GP5. Yeah, the Exodus one looks more interesting to me, because apparently it's a bit more open world, so I might get that in a sale at some point, and hopefully I'll really like it, but, yeah, my issue with just Metro is, though, I'm more of a fan of open world kind of games where you can mess about a bit. Or like RTS games, the old school ones, rather than cinematic FPS games. Tell them to check your privilege. You identify as a GP5 sexual. Tell them that. You have to get your GP5 pronouns correct as well. No, I've not designed my own gas mask. I've got a new gas mask coming now, though, for anybody who didn't hear. I found what looks like a Chinese rip-off of the GP9 or PPM88. So the mask everybody keeps asking me to get from Metro, I found like a Chinese rip-off version of it. So I'll have a brand new PPM88, which may be good or bad. We'll see when it comes. Now it's nice and sunny again, so that means good lines of sight. So I just literally want to go west, don't I, as the crow flies, but not to wild territory, to Agroprom. Yeah, my first gas mask was a joke gift. But like I said, I collect a lot of other militaria as well. It's just gas masks end up being cheaper, which is why I end up getting more of them, and I find them cool. Do you think that's because the Soviet Union wasn't happy with the millions of people it killed, so they had to make asbestos filters to kill millions more after the Cold War ended? Oh look, there's a pseudo-giant. Oh, he spotted me. I might try playing a multiplayer game at some point. The problem is I'm using up a lot of bandwidth streaming, so online games kind of wouldn't work well for that reason. Buy GP5. GP5 better than vodka? I suppose that's more Borat, isn't it? Oh, I've been electrocuted. And again, my followers have just left me be. Oh. Yeah, it's got a similar valve setup. The mask I'm getting looks exactly the same pretty much, so when I get that, I'll probably get a good idea of what the PPM-88 was like, unless there's any major subtle differences about them. There's another Chinese mask that looks interesting, which is basically it's where they've got a 3M, one of the 3M full face masks. I can't remember what the numbers for all the 3M masks are. And then rather than having two side loading filters, they put a 40mm thing on, so you can have a 40mm filter on the front. I thought that looked quite cool. Oh, I have no more bandages, apparently. Oh dear. Oh look, there's an entire hit squad turned up to get me, apparently. I have that next day survival game. That's like an open world DayZ Stalker thing. Where's the last one at? Or is he a wounded one? Alright, he's a wounded one. Right, move to next level. Yeah, I think you're going to be disappointed, mate, if you're waiting for Half-Life 3. I don't think you're ever going to get that. So what's that, Mike? Somebody saying that lots of things will be banned that aren't banned, or what? Or that's what people think's going to happen, even if it's not going to really be what happens. Right, my squad's back again. Hello my friends, have you ever wanted asbestos to insulate your house with? Well, just buy a GP5 filter and put it in the wall. I did see, I can't remember if it was on my Discord or somewhere else, or somebody in the YouTube comments was saying that apparently some supermarkets now are trying to go to, like, not sell knives. And I was like, what? Not even sell kitchen knives? No, comrade, I do not have M70 rifle in my attic. Go away. Right, I want to go to this place, don't I? The military base, so I can get them to repair my gear and do some upgrades. Shall I deed poll my name to Winston Smith? Yeah, I've already had some of the shill comments on that video. People saying, oh my god, you are such an idiot Russian traitor. Like, I can't tell now if people are doing it ironically, so if you're doing it ironically, tell me in the comment it's a joke so I don't block you. But I've had more of those people saying, obviously the news reporters know more about nerve agents than you. There is such a thing as a chlorine-based nerve agent. Yeah, deadly Novichok kitchen knives. Right, let's go see the trader. Oh, great, I'm stuck. Yeah, well, I know that you comment enough that you're probably doing it as a joke, or you're just simply saying, like, you heard something somewhere. What I'm saying is I've actually been getting people who are legitimately doing this thing again. Saying, you know, like, the same copy and pasted comment almost, that you are, like, a Russian shill or a Russian agent, all this sort of stuff, because you, you know, you question our narrative on this. So I don't even watch the news, because so much of it is BS. It's just really annoying when you actually, you know, like, you want to look into a news story a little bit, and then all of a sudden it's, you know, blatantly stupid stuff being put on a page about it. You read that out, oh, no, they know better than you. Right, what shall I buy or sell? Sell my slugs even though I get nothing for them. I need to buy some bandages, don't I? Bandages. Does he have bandages? Yeah, he has one bandage. Right, great. Could do with some more AK ammo, couldn't I, really? Alright, don't block me in here, mate. Right, good. Yeah, I couldn't set any of that bot stuff up. I'm just having it as a patron request, you know, thing. Because they only have to give $1 a month to do it. Right, shall we pimp my shotgun? Okay, let's increase the reliability, reduce the weight, reliability, recoil reduction. Yeah, let's increase the muzzle velocity. Recoil reduction, muzzle velocity. I definitely don't want the one that does not use shot, so I have the handling one. Right, there we go. I have to reload it now, don't I? Because it will be unloaded. Yeah, Mike, yeah, that is the big problem with YouTube, because obviously you can't tell with text if people are being sarcastic or whatever, so when people start making jokes about making bombs and stuff like that, you have absolutely no idea, you know, if they're being serious, if it's a joke or whatever, and, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's not like I'm even saying everything the news says is wrong or everything the news says is a lie or anything like that. It's just simply I don't trust a lot of it because I know for a fact that, you know, lots of stories they don't report on accurately. I've tried Misery, I just didn't like it. Lots of the functions didn't work when I played it. I just like Stalker like this. Yeah, because I had somebody saying earlier, where can I buy Nerve Agent? And I thought he was obviously joking from that, so then I gave him the link to the FBI's website. This is Call of Chernobyl, the mod. I'm playing military at the moment, but I think it's duty following me around at the moment, isn't it? Yeah. Let's shoot people up in the swamp. Oh, we could go to Cordon actually, couldn't we? But does Cordon crash more often on this build? I can't remember. Or stick in the swamp somewhere. Oh, cool, I'll have a look at that. I've got the Polish head wound mask, but I'll have a look at the Romanian one at some point if it's obvious. Yeah, I'm going to stop using the petrodollar, America. I hope we can still be friends. Oh, I've walked into an anomaly. Whoops. Yeah, I was a total idiot doing that. Right. Let's load our save. Yep, the, I can't remember what I was going to say now, there was something, oh yeah, did anybody in the UK see that there was a Forshida, military version that got sold, the F2 today? I had it on the watch list, but it went over 60 quid, so I didn't bother bidding on it near the end, but, yeah, I think it ended up going for something like 66 quid plus £8 postage. Yeah, that's why I've not done a Q&A stream in a while, but I think the next video I do will be, like, more talking to a webcam video. And then, yeah, I am slowly making that playlist where every FAQ I get is going to be answered in the playlist video, so then I can just have that automatically in every video description. Then, whenever somebody asks that, I can say, see playlist, see the playlist. I'm trying to think of one of those crappy rhyming words for banning lips or banning a mouth or banning talking. Stop your... bin that squawking, stop your talking, I don't know. Right, I'm going to be careful now as I approach this area again that I don't wander into that anomaly. Is that... fault anomaly, is that that? Yeah, right. Ah, cool, so Avon will actually sell you it directly, will they? Because I know a lot of mask companies are like, oh, you can't buy this unless you're doing a bulk order for a state-sponsored company. Steam. But this is a mod anyway, so it wouldn't make a difference. Right, I'm in my comfy little swamp place now. Right, let's start using the pimped out sawn-off shotgun. Still find that funny. Who's shooting at who out there then? Yeah, that sounds cool. Do a video on it and let me know when you get it, because I'm very interested in it. Oh, look, that's a sunken tractor. Can you just randomly keep shooting at somebody else? Or is that then when they break the boxes open, they decide they need to shoot them? Everybody just has bad reputation. Why is everybody's reputation bad? Look, something's broken in this game. Everybody has terrible reputation like me. Don't get shot, bin your skull. I've not got like proper army uniforms. Actually, I've got an East German, bits of an East German officer's uniform, just because I quite like the kind of weird mix of German and commie styles on that. It's not like I wear it about or anything. But I've got a lot of camo stuff, because I like camo. I find camo more interesting than the actual uniforms. Oh yeah, I had somebody earlier saying I'm trying to put the Scott GSR on wrong. If I was smart, I would put the GSR on slower and it would fit to my face perfectly if I did that. So it's my fault for putting on quickly. And I was like, wow, considering I have about 80 masks in my collection now, I'm pretty sure I know a bad mask when I put it on. I mean, yeah, again, it might not be the perfect size for my face, but I have lots of other masks that are definitely not in the right size and they can still work properly. No, I do not have any SS-related items. The only Nazi thing I have is, if you want to call it a Nazi thing, is a World War II Iron Cross with the swastika on that my granddad found in World War II and gave to me. I don't see how anarcho-communism as an ideology can ever work. How can you have a collective with no leadership? Right, let's try the shotgun, let's try the shotgun. Is there anybody else to... I want to hit somebody else with my shotgun. Oh, there's some sausage here. There's always that. Oh, I don't want this. Drop. Yeah, I've obviously played Shadow of Chernobyl. See ya. Yeah, they had lots of issues as well, didn't they, with the British Army, where like things like the flak jackets were only printed in woodland EPM and not desert. It's on Master, and I think I've got hardcore AI aim on as well. It just means the AI are generally very accurate when they shoot at you. Well, my first gun I'd get if I was in the US would actually be a Ruger 1022, just so I could have a cheap rifle to actually practice with. But I guess you want me to say something like either an AR-15 or an AK variant. I don't really know, to be honest. It'd have to be whatever is affordable to me at the time, and I'd also take ammo price into account. No, I've not served in the military. I'm medically unfit to serve in the military. So yeah, it's Master, the difficulty. When you said it's expert, no, it's Master. Alright, there is boogies in the church. Do I have a grenade? Oh, I don't have any spare grenades. Hello? Oh, that's a grenade. flanked. Yeah, but the M50 is clearly a better choice than the GSR, isn't it? You can't really compare them in how awful the GSR is. I mean, yeah, I get why people wouldn't like the M50, and it has a lot of the faults the GSR has, but the GSR is just like an extra level of awfulness in every way. Yeah, but the M40 also had the issue where you needed a second skin for it, because they made the mask out of, what was it? Silicon, wasn't it, to make it more comfortable, and then, oh no, our mask is destroyed by a blister agent. I'm pretty sure the M50 is probably made from butyl rubber, the entire mask. I'd imagine the gout would keep you out of the military now, wouldn't it? I suppose with lots of these things, it depends how desperate they are for recruitment. I'm sure with lots of things like this, sort of, you know, stuff, if there's a big war, I'm sure they get very lax on, you know, actually what the requirements are to have people in. Oh, I'm wandering in the swamp and getting irradiated to run away from those boars. Not really. I mean, I could see the appeal of it a while ago, but not now when it's basically go to have an illegal war in a desert country because of, you know, geopolitics. I mean, I know it's not meant to be, you question why you're there as a soldier, but I still wouldn't be a pawn for that sort of thing. Right, now we can find out, will a gravestone protect me from bullets? No. No is the answer to that. An M10, simply because it would protect my eyes. With a half-face respirator, I don't have to come up with something else to also offer protection. Yeah, I went back on all the older videos and said it does contain asbestos now. The reason I said it didn't beforehand is there was no evidence it did. Because people just said, no, Russians put asbestos in everything with no evidence. Now there is evidence, we obviously have to say, don't use them, they have asbestos in. A loner's not really a faction, it's just a faction the game groups you in if you're not part of another faction. Is that the one you have the hearing aid in, Mike? Yeah, don't go full auto. Right, let's go to Cordon and see if the game crashes. Do you mean the Z56 rifle? Oh, no, that's the Z58, isn't it? VZ58. Do you mean the Z56 German gas mask, the white one? That's one of those masks I'll pick up at some point when I actually see one for a decent amount of money. Because somebody on my Discord's quite knowledgeable on German gas masks, and he's saying the problem is obviously that in Germany they sell for sensible amounts of money, but quite often when there's eBay international traders, they then want, you know, like triple the price of what they're actually worth. Ah, I keep dying now. Let's do a quick bit of zombies and then I'll stop the stream. So I've probably been doing this quite a while now, haven't I? Was it just after 8 o'clock I started streaming? I can't remember. Right, which map shall we hold out against the zombies on? No, I don't know of any fake Soviet filters. Let's do... The Army Warehouses one might be a good creepy one for survival mode. Yeah, I've had a weird thing that I don't think I have proper tinnitus, but whenever it's quiet I can always hear a whistling in my ear, and that's been like the case ever since I can remember. That I can never actually, in the quiet, you know, not hear a noise. I don't know how normal that is for people. It's not that loud, so I never really notice it, but, you know, whenever it is quiet I can always hear a sort of hum or a whistle. Cool, yeah, I'd like to get an M40, but sadly they never turn up on UK eBay for sensible amounts of money. There's some people in Germany selling them, but again, they're normally like £120 for them. And I wouldn't really pay for that for an M40, because it's basically, you know, like an S10 equivalent mask. I'd pay like 50 to 60 quid max, I guess, for it. And it's hard to say. If I found one with the complete kit, all the accessories and everything, I'd maybe go close to £100, but not 120 for one, which is just the mask. No, M40s are illegal to export from the US, same as any other US military hardware. You can buy them perfectly legally, but you can't legally have, you know, buy them from America. It's kind of one of those things, when it turns up for sale and it's not in the US, you can buy it without any problems. If you try and buy it from the US, it's a gamble whether you'll get it or not, or get your money back or not. Oh, thank you very much, Dark Unicorn Master. Personally, I really like the Avon CT12 and the Avon FM12s just out of a drinking tube. It's going to depend whereabouts you are, though. For about €100, I think you can sometimes get German M2000 masks, which are meant to be good. But it really does depend which country you're in, how much you're willing to spend. The Forshida masks are really nice in Sweden as well. A lot of it is what do you want to spend, and do you want accessories with it and stuff like that. But I'd always recommend saving some of that money for spare filters rather than spending it all on the mask and then having to budget even more money for the filters. If that sort of explains your question. I've got some beer, but it's Sainsbury's Basics Bitter, so it's like the cheapest non-beer possible, but it's still like 2% alcohol or something. I actually find it doesn't taste too bad, but I'm a bit weird like that. Oh, there's a zombie. Has he got any good loot? Right, so he had a Glock. I'll keep the Glock. The shotgun's damaged, so I won't have the shotgun. But I've got a bit more ammo now for my break barrel. I'd say I'm fairly frugal, but I can splurge my money on dumb stuff. I just try not to spend too much. I do buy proper beer now and again. It's just because I don't mind crappy supermarket ale. I'll drink sort of crappy bitters every now and then anyway. The thing I like about them is how low the alcohol content is. So you can have something alcoholic, but not really, you know... I mean, I obviously wouldn't suggest you drink any alcohol and then drive, but you know what I mean, you'd still be under the legal limit. I'm pretty sure Europeans have drunk alcohol throughout history, and most of them didn't have problems until recently. I like Czech beer, I like all the Pilsners. I don't normally like lagers, I prefer actual ales and bitters and things, but yeah, Pilsners are quite good lagers. I'd like German wheat beer as well, that's quite nice. Right, are they all going to stay dead now? But are any of my squad alive? That's an important thing. I hope they haven't been wiped out by something. Alright, let's take all the equipment and then drop stuff I don't want. Thank you very much again, Dark Unicorn Master. But yeah, so what nation are you in? Because if I know where you're actually in, I might be able to give you a better answer. As in, like, masks that might be available in your country. I don't actually know when my next stream is. Can you get the Swiss SM90? Because that's a really nice looking mask, but they're very rarely sold outside of Switzerland. I've got the Swiss SM67, which is quite nice for a mask of its age, but you'd probably want something more recent. Right, so where have all my squad gone? They seem to be really good at just running off at the moment when I'm playing this. Alright, I'll drop the Glock. How much ammo do I have for each of these? Unload and unload. I think I'll go at the moment with the AR type rifle. Ah, that good, they've turned up. Put that to semi. I've at least got 27 shots of this until it starts failing to cycle. Yeah, as I said, keep it civil and don't start shitting up the chat by arguing with each other over stupid shit. I think that might be the SM90, the default army one. From what I understand, that's very good. It's the one that's... The SM90 is the one that's on the actual front cover of Stalker Call of Pripyat. Ooh, an Abacan. But I don't want it. Well, there's a zombie technician in there. Can I just about reach him? Oh, I didn't have anything on him. But yeah, my advice would be check out the Swiss gas masks first and see if there's any of those you like. If not, see if you can find either I'd say not an S10, even though it's a good mask, just because I think it's going to be hard to... Oh, yeah, don't shoot me. That was a live one. Yeah, I'd say if you do have to import a mask, go for an FM12 or a CT12 if there's nothing else that you like the look of that's about a similar price, but the Swiss SM90 seems to be very good from what I've heard. Yugoslavian gas masks have NATO threads as far as I'm aware, because they had a license for the M9 originally. That depends on the gun, actually, on the game. BFG from Doom would be great, but if it's like realistic guns that are just in loads of games, I like, oh, I'm getting shot at. I like the AK in Counter-Strike. It's gone 10 o'clock now, so I won't be streaming for too much longer. I didn't want to equip a dodgy shotgun. Drop. Unload and drop. Is the RCP-90 basically a P-90? I imagine if you live somewhere that's in the former Eastern Bloc, especially if it's in Russia, you can probably buy lots of that stuff really, really cheap. I can't remember who it was, it might have been you, somebody was saying that they shave with Russian razor blades, or the Soviet razor blades, because you can buy them super cheap. Alright, thank you very much again. Hopefully I've been somewhat helpful, telling you about using the Swiss masks or whatever. Oh, I didn't know GoldenEye Source was out. I saw a thing for it ages ago before it was released, but I'll have to have a look into that. I think that other M16's in better condition, isn't it? So. Or are they exactly the same? I'm not sure. Just drop that other one though anyway. Yeah, I might check that out at some point. Yeah, it's just remembering to do it really. Oh no, so it's actually a proper matchbox then, not, yeah, like the paper matchboxes. The ones I like are, the cigar boxes, you know, like the, Pinewood cigar boxes. I'm actually tempted on eBay to, buy some old cigar boxes, because generally people sell them really cheap, and they're actually quite good boxes if you want to store stuff. No, I'm asthmatic. My asthma's basically gone, but now and again it can come back. That's the main reason. That fire goes up the tower, probably a bad idea to climb up. Don't smoke anymore. I've had broken bones as well, though. I horribly mangled my left arm when I was younger. Tripped and fell on it at a funny angle and the bone stuck out the skin. I broke the ulnar and the radius. So I had to have that all like wired back up and everything. But that's healed absolutely fine, but I have like, yeah, broken that as well. Alright, there doesn't seem to be too much turning up now, so I'll end the stream here, I guess. The asbestos one's one of the weirdest ones I can actually remember. Yeah, that's stupid, isn't it? If it's just giving you a notification that I'm live, even though I've been live for ages and you've been watching for ages. It's a bit like with yours. Sometimes when I'm watching your stream, we're like 20 minutes into watching the stream, and then it'll be like, Weapon Collector is live on a notification. It's like, well, yeah, I know. Alright. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Thanks for the donations from the people who donated. And yeah, like I was saying earlier on, if you do want to contact me on Patreon, especially if you've got a Discord problem or something like that, do contact me on there. But obviously, as I said, people who are abusing it have been banned. But if someone innocent did get caught up in that and I don't know about it, make sure they PM me and I'll look into it. So yeah, see everybody.